So it's been a long time. The reason why it's been so long since I've uploaded a video is because I no longer live in the same place. I graduated from graduate school, yay, with my master's in psychology, and then moved to a much more busy place, more city than suburbs, I guess. Before I lived in a place that was very nice and quiet, and there were rarely cars driving by, and now, well, I don't know how much you can hear the difference, but it's hard to find times of day when there aren't sirens in the background or people talking outside my window, so it is going to be harder to film for those reasons. On top of continuing to be doing wedding planning, I have this bookshelf with my books and a second bookshelf currently set up, well, mostly set up. There are still books lying on the floor here that have yet to be put away. But my plan so far, at least, is to sit in front of the bookshelves and film. I have a nice little table for when I want the camera to be pointing at things that are not me, which I have filmed previous videos with in the past. Like I think the dinosaurs acting out scenes from Arcadia was filmed on that little black table, so I have a better physical space than the kind of pull-out space of the desk that I used before. I have this curtain, this giant white curtain that kind of makes me a little bit backlit, but maybe I can use that for when I want a more blank background. I'm mostly still figuring out when the best times of day to film are. Night might be best, but there are more likely to be sirens. And during the daytime, there's cars driving by. I don't know if you can hear that. So it's going to be harder to film, like I said. I'm not going to be doing videos as often as I used to. I know I tried to do it every week, and then I tried 2 times a week, and then I cut back down to once a week, mostly. And then I said I wasn't going to keep doing once a week, and then I kind of kept doing once a week because I want to keep making stuff for you guys, but life is making things hard, and I think I'd rather do fewer videos and be prouder of those videos that I make than be churning out stuff for you guys all the time. So I'm sorry about that, but I hope that that means that what I do give you will be better quality. And there's an airplane. So here's my bookshelf. I can sort of point you to where stuff is. Down here you can't really see much, but on the, I guess from your perspective, on the right side is where I'm keeping a lot of filming stuff, just so that I can very easily grab and show you. Like, I have these tarot cards that are just handily down here, and a coloring book and stuff like that. I have tentacles, because of course I have tentacles. And then a whole bunch of books down here that can't fit on these smaller, higher shelves. I have, let's see, I have humor over here, and then I have poetry, and then over here I have philosophy and religion, and then science, and then classic literature all the way down the side, and then a few folders, and this little octopus. And I have a tiny tripod holding this up, because that tripod has fallen apart and no longer functions as a tripod, so now it's a bookend. And then I have my fidget cube in its little Antsy Labs pouch right here. And I have this little costume pipe that I think I've used for a couple of very old videos before. But I figured that would go right between philosophy and psychology books, because right here is my Freud book, and I feel like the pipe needs to be with Freud. And up there, I have, for now, put nail polish and stuff like that. I don't know if I will move it to the bathroom when we have shelves in there, or if I will keep that here so that I can better access it for if I do nail painting videos, because some of you guys like that quite a bit. And then I haven't put up the other shelves yet, but the other shelf has far more sci-fi and history and harder sciences, and has comic books and math and other types of humor and just lots and lots of good stuff. Because the other shelf is largely my fiance's books, which means now I have double the book collection. And then it has board games, and I will probably put my squid figures up and down these shelves somewhere, because he has all his dinosaur figures at the top. So, yes, the dinosaur figures from the Arcadia video were his figures, because he is as into dinosaurs as I am into squids. So, but anyway, I have all this set up currently. This is the reason why this is all I'm showing you of the room, is that literally right behind this tripod is bags and boxes and things strewn all over the place. And I just don't have everything else set up right now. I think it's quite telling that the books are the first thing that were set up in this room. I still haven't put my clothes in the dresser. I still haven't put together my dresser. I've been living out of boxes, but the books absolutely need to be put away. Very, very important. Very important, because if I need a book, I need to be able to access it. Anyway, so that's my setup so far. For those of you who follow me on Facebook, which I try and update on there when I can, and is linked in the description, but for those of you who follow me on there, you may have seen the giant stack of new books that I got, which are mostly this section of poetry books in here, along with a couple books elsewhere on the list, but mostly it was poetry. So we have John Keats, John Donne, Lord Byron, we have some Yeats, and Walt Whitman. Basically, poets who I haven't actually read very much of. I figured, you know what, these are classics. Some of them are, like Lord Byron, I've been requested to do poetry by him, and I figured I should just pick up the books so that I have something to flip through and show you guys. So I have all of that in here, and I still have a lot of books that have not been put up here, like a lot of my textbooks have not been dealt with. I'm not sure which of them I am still holding on to and which of them I plan on selling back. I need to go through the stack and see which of them are actually useful long term, because some of them are going to be useful in my work, especially in psychology. Most of your books aren't actually textbooks. They're books on stories of the different interventions that people have used and techniques and stuff like that, and they're not really like textbooks in the same way that science textbooks are textbooks. So a lot of them might actually be quite interesting to look through. I've done quite a few psychology videos, and I know those are quite popular, so once I get those books sorted out and dealt with, then I will be able to do more of those using the books that I used in my program. Especially the ones that go more into clients and interventions and interesting stories like that. I have one book on here that's of that genre that I did a video on called The Naked Lady Who Stood on Her Head. I also, one of the books that I picked up when I picked up all the poetry books is the book that sort of was the book that got me into psychology, I guess, even though it's a little more neuroscience focused, but The Man Who Mistook His Wife for a Hat by Oliver Sacks. And so I definitely want to do a video on that. If you're into those sorts of books of stories about clients, then Oliver Sacks is definitely someone who you want to read, because he has so many books on different neurological and psychological phenomena. So, there we have it. This is what's going on for me right now and where I am right now, both physically and in life. And yeah, I've missed you guys. I'm excited to get back into making videos, so let me know if you have any specific requests, especially from the poets who I mentioned. If there are favorite poems of yours by them, because like I said, these are poets who I haven't read very much of. I think I've read a few Whitman poems and a couple poems by Yeats, but I haven't read much of John Donne, I don't think, or John Keats. The Johns. They're even right next to each other. But anyway, I don't think I've read very much of Lord Byron either, even though he's infamous. So let me know if you have favorite poems by these guys. And yeah, I look forward to getting to continue to make videos for you guys. Alright, see you guys next time.